My 32 male wife, 25F, is stupid. I don't know what to do to help her. New to Reddit. Like the title says, for lack of better words, my wife is stupid. Before everyone gets all worked up, I love her to death. I don't even really mind it, but it's concerning and it upsets her. She is fully aware of it, but somehow never can seem to fix it. She also gets made fun of by our friends constantly. First off, she can't do math in her head. Like at all. If you ask her any equation harder than 5 by 5, she will get it wrong 90% of the time. She pronounces so much wrong. I always correct her, but I just don't understand how you make it to 25 without knowing how to say certain words. We have a layover on our upcoming fight in Oregon. And she pronounced it, or we gen, today. She has had a very odd isolated life, which I know is the root cause, but I don't know how to help her. She went to college and failed every single class but was studying constantly. I tried so hard to help her and she couldn't get anything to stick in her brain. She's also insanely trusting of people. A group of grown men in ski masks could knock on our door at 3 a.m. and shed open it like, "Hi." She also lost her car a few weeks ago. Had no clue where she parked it after she got out to walk to a coffee shop. I had to go get her and find it. Sometimes it's like she's living in her own world. She doesn't even know the real world is existing around her. I really don't care when I'm with her. I love her for who she is. But who she is not smart enough, lol. It sounds like your wife could use the help of a therapist to assess her needs. There are occupational classes that help adults with learning disabilities. She could certainly talk to her doctor about being tested for a learning disability. If her friends, and you, and making fun of her and calling her stupid, you're assholes. I mean, why did you pursue a sheltered and ignorant 20-year-old when you were 27? I have several learning disabilities, autism and ADHD, and grew up in a cult, no schooling. I definitely am not educated, intelligent in the traditional sense, or clever. I also mispronounce many words. I know my handicaps and I work around them. That's really all that can be done. Not everyone is capable of everything. I do think your post is mean and judgmental though. If she isn't smart enough, don't date and marry her. She had zero schooling, was socially isolated, and is significantly younger than you. Of course there will be learning curves. That should have been obvious. Imagine if she saw this post. The real stupid person here is you. You put a flashy title for your post at the expense of your wife. What does this do for anyone? I think you have some learning to do. I think the worst part about this is you ended it with lol and no punctuation. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. My 37F, child-free sister, 32F, mocked me for not breastfeeding my daughter. When I was 5 days postpartum, my daughter wouldn't take to breast milk due to birth complications, and so I had to use formula. Upon seeing a very obviously labeled cow and gate formula bottle, she said pointedly, "Is that breast milk?" We didn't grow up with the easiest of childhoods. No one really modeled kindness or respect from which we could learn, so I genuinely don't know if I'm overreacting to these comments, but they seem so barbed and deliberate. And I'm so sick of treading on eggshells when we do meet, once a fortnight. She's always been our parents' favorite. A high achiever, settled down into a steady relationship quickly, great career, etc., whereas I, 37F, have had many years of depression and anxiety which has hindered me, and I'm slowly building my life up again. Other comments she's made over the years. On hearing about my career in planning, she said, "I did a course on it. I don't know how anybody can do that for a career. It's so boring." Frequently comments, "That's stupid," whenever I offer an opinion on anything. Reminds me how our whiter relatives like her more than me due to her high-flying career and achievements. Disagrees with me on every single opinion I have, to the extent I pretended to love something I dislike and she still managed to disagree even though she contradicted her earlier comment. When I said about seeing a mate for lunch, she retorted, "You have friends." When I started dating and couldn't make a family commitment, she said, "Oh yeah, I forgot you actually have a life now." Do I just cut her off completely or tolerate this? This is awful. I will start by saying I am a child-free woman in her early 40s. None of what you are describing is healthy. She is clearly projecting her own insecurities onto you. Tolerating this is not an option I would consider. This is damaging to you and completely unfair. So really, you have two choices here. You can cut her off if that is what you want out of this relationship. You can also try to have a constructive conversation with her about her comments to either find a compromise or to find closure and cut her off. The comments she's making to you really speak to a deep insecurity on her part. Meaning everything you are saying that she is telling you is in some way designed to make her look like the better person. I'd cut her off. It's not a one-off comment or even a single aspect of your life that she comments on. She's just being cruel seemingly in all situations for no reason, and I can't think of anything you might be leaving out that would justify her behavior either. Maybe there's a typo in the title. My sister is actually 4 years old. Do you want your child to grow up hearing a relative constantly making snarky remarks about their mother? Sit her down, either the jabs stop or she's not allowed around you and your family. Why spend time with someone who makes your life worse? For your well-being, and your child's, I think it's best you just graciously part ways. No one needs that negativity in their lives. If asked, say it's been very clear to me that you don't respect me, don't like me or my opinions. I will never be able to compete in this imaginary competition you have with me. It's obvious you have a warped sense of how to show love. I do not want to need that type of negativity around me or my family. It's best for me that we no longer have a relationship. It's over. I wish you the best. Personally, since I can be quite sarcastic, I'd say it's not been nice knowing you. Your sister is toxic and abusive to you. I'm betting it's rooted in jealousy and insecurity. I would stop initiating any kind of contact with her, and if she confronts you about it, you can let her know that you will no longer tolerate the way she speaks to you, and if she wants to rebuild a relationship with you, she needs to seriously work on her behavior, or she won't be having a relationship with you or her niece. I 38M in distress of suspicion of wife 37F cheating. Been together for 22 years, married for 19 years and can't believe I'm having a breakdown over suspicion of wife cheating. We've had a great relationship over the years and never had an issue trusting each other, but last year she visited her uncle's birthday party in another country alone, and that's where it started. I couldn't make it due to work, so she went alone, but this time when she got back she was very quiet for a whole week. I kept asking her if everything was okay, if someone did something to her, etc., and she said no, she was just tired. I never really questioned anything other than what she said. Like I said, there was no need to. Fast forward a few months later, I noticed her behavior changed to a more relaxed, chilled person. She always complained about little things and she just stopped. I brought it up and she said she doesn't care about that anymore. I also noticed she was making more of an effort to do things she wouldn't usually do together as a couple. I asked her about it and she said she wants me to be happy. Now I've known this woman for almost half my life and I know she would never say anything like that, so that really threw me off, but I didn't question anything more than it was and was extremely happy with the direction of our relationship. Fast forward another few months went by. Here's where my suspicions began. We were watching a TV show and a scene came up where the actress was cheating on her husband. My wife instantly got up and said she needed to go to bed in the middle on the episode. I asked her if she was okay and she said he has a migraine. I thought nothing of it, paused it, but she insisted that I can watch it alone. Not very much like my wife since she usually gets invested. I still paused it and she still refused to watch it again. It felt strange as I couldn't understand why she wouldn't want to watch a show that she suggested. Then I made a stupid joke about her not liking the cheating scene, probably because she plans to cheat on me. It was just a stupid joke and we joke around all the time, but my wife got fucking emotional. I could almost see the tears in her eyes. She looked extremely sad and replied, "I would never cheat on you." It was very weird and it hit me that something wasn't right with the way she said it. She looked guilty, like she's done something horrible and remembered. I then asked, "Did you cheat on me?" She looked very scared, got angry and defensive. Again, not like my wife at all. Her old self would have laughed and had a smart reply. It didn't sit well with me. I've known this woman for a long time and days after days the idea of her cheated on me builded in my thoughts. It got so bad that I started questioning everything she did and got obsessed with it. This was in January and I had a talk with her. I told her how I felt and she assured me nothing happened and I should trust her. Well, that's the issue. I trusted her, never questioned anything or anywhere she goes, but that one night her emotions was all over the place and it really stood out for me to question her. Nevertheless, I let it go. Fast forward last month, May, her mom is getting married in another party in the same location the last one was, so I definitely am going this time, but I mentioned to her that I might not make it again just to see her reaction and her face just lit the fuck up. It broke my heart. That was the most happy I've seen my wife since she's been back from the last party. It almost seems like she's happy to go back alone to reunite with her lover. Man, I'm losing sleep and stressing. Did my wife cheat on me? Is she having an ongoing affair and I'm such an idiot because she's so smarter than me? Update. I posted an update in the comments. Act like you can't go, and then show up. Show up night of wedding late bro, like 1 a.m. and you will receive your salvation. Is she very secretive with her phone? Do you know her passcode? Does she take her phone everywhere with her, even weird places like the bathroom, so as not to leave it unattended? People who are hiding something tend to get very paranoid and secretive. I'm not suggesting you go through her phone without her permission, but just asking if you've noticed any of these behaviors. If you have the money, hire a private investigator. You will have your answer for sure rather than trying to guess or come up with some bumbling plot to catch her. Man, it sounded like she was really remorseful after you guys watched the movie involving cheating, but when you said her face lit up when you told her you might not be able to come was pretty messed up. Good luck, op. Update me. Sorry man, but your wife slept with another man last year and she's planning on hooking up again this year. Most likely an old flame from her past that she reunited with. A tale as old as time. She was mopey because she feels guilty, but she also loved the dopamine rush she had when she slept with him and is looking forward to that feeling again. The whole forbidden fruit aspect of an affair. It's like an addiction to cocaine for cheaters. She's had it once, now she wants another bite. Update me. If it were me, I'd snoop through her phone. My husband is seeing escorts. 38M34F. We haven't even been married a year yet and I just found this out and more. 2 days ago we had guests over and he was drinking. Everyone left and my husband and I were having a cigarette outside and I get a Facebook message. It's from a woman saying that my husband is messaging her and that she is blocking him. Me, confused, started to read to screenshots of their convo right in front of him. I immediately asked to see his phone and wouldn't give it to me. I then caught him in a moment and grabbed it out of his pocket and went for a drive to a location to go through it and my jaw was dropped. This sleazeball inquired an escort and was arranging a time and discussing payment of a grand total $400. Keep in mind we have more than 4+ children and I'm a stay-at-home mom. Then I noticed this woman is from our local neighborhood Facebook group. Then as I'm going through the messages I noticed he messaged multiple women saying, hey, trying to start a convo. Then there were messages of him asking people who he knew and random girls, do you believe in monogamy? My guess, to strike a convo in hopes a woman says no. But wait, there's more. He messaged someone we both knew and was even at our wedding. She too also sent me the screenshots. He did this from his social media account that says he is married and his profile picture is of us and one of our children. He's still saying that he only messaged escorts but never cheated our entire relationship, and no, I do not believe him for 1 second. The thing is, I'm still in shock. I've moved away from the only family I have. I'm an only child. No friends and no family and no money. He thinks this is fixable. I do not. I feel sick to my stomach. I've lost the little spark I ever had. Has anyone had this happen to them? What was the outcome? Lawyer up. This is ridiculously fake. The part that got me is the more than 4+ children. Did you lose count? And you have prostitutes who are eating out their potential client and somehow got your information. Yeah, okay, probably a majority of prostitutes' clients are married. But this one has a conscience? Then you make it really juicy by adding in the woman who attended your wedding. Classic? Why do you waste your time with this? What's the endgame? Save the screenshots and take it all to court. It will be a process, but you deserve better, and at the end of the process you will be glad you did it. I'm sorry you're going through this, hang in there. It's always the same BS. Husband cheats or is abusive, etc. And they can't leave because they're stay-at-home moms and have no money. But when I advise women against giving up their financial independence and becoming stay-at-home moms, I'm suddenly a bad feminist. I can't imagine grown-ass women with no job and $0 in their bank account thinking that their life choices make sense. On what planet does it make sense to depend on a man for everything, including food and shelter? Get a job and get out. This is nuts. Heartbreak, how horribly shitty. I'm sorry you're dealing with this. I'm sure it feels like your world just got flipped upside down. It did. Right now do whatever you need to do to feel safe. If that means he has to go to stay elsewhere for a while, whatever you need. Zero contact for however many days. If you chose to stay, he needs to be in therapy to figure out why he feels the need to seek out attention elsewhere. That's 100% on him. Regardless of how good or not your marriage is, he made that choice. Also seek therapy for yourself, specifically someone who specializes in betrayal trauma. That will help significant other much whether you stay or not. It is completely justified and understandable if you immediately want to end it. Make sure you have him get tested and show you his results for STIs, including herpes, which he specifically has to ask for since it's not included in routine testing. He probably has cheated in the relationship or in the marriage or both. This is not behavior of someone just kind of starting to test the boundaries of a relationship. I'm so sorry you're going through this.